All right, we are gonna backtrack a little bit on chemistry. There's a lot of other lessons I've done with matter, classifying matter, measurements, the scientific method, and some other definitions. But let's just review the classifying matter tutorial. So we're just learning the different forms and states of matter. I did a brief lesson on this as well, like just solid, liquid, gas, and just showing physical changes and stuff like that. So we'll just briefly go over this. Again, I'd likely skip the videos, most of the questions too. And if you are working in Adventum, I'll just let you figure that stuff out on your own too. So no worries there. But let's just do the warm up together. It says, as a family eats dinner, they decide to try to classify the matter around them. Okay. So you want to classify things around you. So you're eating dinner and you figure out solid, liquid, gas. So what categories could they use when they're classifying matter? Solids, liquids, gas. Then it says elements, compounds, and mixtures, living things and non-living things. Well, you could use all of those categories because there's living things and non-living things. There's different elements and compounds. There's different mixtures. Let's use salad for an example. It's a mixture, heterogeneous mixture, where you can see like all the different little pieces in the salad. It's not uniform mixture. If you watch one of my other videos I did with the sugar water, it showed that the sugar dissolves inside the water, so that's a homogeneous mixture. It's uniform. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. So we have states of matter. So again, we have solid, liquid, gas. I dive more into this in another video where I show the different molecules and how they are either close together or spaced out or very spaced out. So I also dive more into matter in another little video as well. But let's go over this. Matter is anything that has mass and it occupies space. So states of matter, one of the distinctive physical forms that matter takes on. So solid, liquid, gas, as you see in these beakers. So a solid, the state in which it has a definite shape and volume. So the best example I like to use is an ice cube. I use water too. An ice cube. So an ice cube is typically a square or a rectangle, and it has a very solid, definite shape. Liquid is next. Again, I use water. As you can see in the beaker, it the state of matter in which substances have a definite volume, but they do not have a definite shape. So the liquid basically takes the shape of the container it's in or whatever it's in. I don't know. But it just basically takes that shape because it doesn't have a definite shape on its own. And gas, the state of matter in which the substance does not have a definite shape or volume, it is all over the place. Same thing, like it's just the water vapor, it's going everywhere. So kind of like the air, you can't see it or feel it, it's just all around you. And a substance, a uniform matter with a unique set of properties. So this, let's just say this is a substance here. Again, it uses water on the tutorial. I use water just because water, in my opinion, I think water is the best example. So I'll leave these questions for you to answer. But here we have different, let's see, elements here. So the properties, let's take a look. So compressibility and the property, a special characteristic or quality that something possesses. So here we have three different elements. We have argon, helium, and oxygen. So if a substance is compressible, then adding pressure to it will decrease the volume. So gases are compressible, but liquids and solids are not very compressible. Sometimes compressing a gas just turns it into a liquid. This happens sometimes, but so gases are compressible because it's all over the place, but liquids and solids, not very much. So let's take a look. Oh, and we have this again. So this is kind of like one of the other lessons videos that I've done before. So it shows the solid, everything is grouped together in like a very solid, definite shape. Liquid, it's kind of moving around. Gas, it's all over the place. So then it shows you different examples. Like I said, it takes the shape of whatever container it's in. Gas is all over the place. A fun trick you can do if you see like the water vapor here and the steam coming out where I'm pointing right here. Fun thing you can do is when it's really, really cold outside, so like negative temperatures, you can boil a pot of water on your stove, take it outside, and you toss it into the air, and the water freezes instantly. It is super cool. I've done this before. So then it doesn't go from solid liquid to a gas. It goes instantly from boiling water to a gas. It's really cool. So it doesn't even freeze. It kind of bypasses a step there. It's super neat. All right, so let's just kind of briefly go over this. Like I said, I'm going to skip the videos on this one because I'll let you figure this out and the questions too. Okay, so plasma. This is another state of matter. We don't talk about this one as much, but it's here, it's there. Mainly, you're going to hear solid, liquid, gas. Plasma is primarily like something in space, typically, like stars are made of plasma. It's the most common form of matter in the universe, but it's rare on Earth. So, meaning it's the most common form of matter in the universe, basically because stars are made of plasma, and there's billions and trillions of stars in our universe. So that would be why it's the most common form of matter. However, rare on Earth, so we don't really see or talk about it that much on Earth. Okay, so let's go to the next stuff. So we're going to skip this question. We'll skip this stuff. Mixtures, I kind of briefly touched on this. A homogeneous mixture is a uniform mixture, uniform composition. So I guess I gave the example of the sugar dissolving in water, making it uniform. Heterogeneous, I gave it the example of salad where it's not mixed together. You can see all the different parts in it. So it's a mixture of a substance with a non-uniform composition. All right. And here you have, again, matter, pure substance versus mixture. And then pure substances would be element and compound. Mixture would be homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. And as you can see, there's my example of the salad. Okay, now we have the questions again. I'll let you figure those out and solve those on your own. Summary, we'll let you watch that video. But there you have it. That's just a brief description of classifying matter, and hope you enjoyed.